Man, have we started this year on some crazy shit. Man, so you want to just get right to it?
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to start off with, if you've been living under a rock and don't know what has been happening with the Trump administration, he just finished assassinating a top Iranian military commander. He was assassinated through drone. It was an airstrike in Baghdad in the Iraq airport. This major his name was Major General Qassam Soleimani. These names. He was in charge of the Quds Force, which worked with the United States in Iraq in order to defeat ISIS. He was a very well-known general commander there. Let me take that back. A major general. He was a major general. He was very famous for defeating ISIS. So this man was really well known. And the thing about this is that he was on his way to negotiate an Iraqi mediation effort with the Saudis in order to reduce tensions between Iran and Saudi Arabia when this happened. So he was on his way to the airport. It is a good thing. It is a good thing. But before all of that, I want to first say that I'm not here in order to support him. I don't think he's the good guy. I, in no shape or way or form, I'm in favor of him. I just did not like the way about this whole thing went down. And we can go into later details about that. You want to give your input?
Yeah, just add on to what you said. That guy is not a good guy by any means. He might have been like a hero to the Iranians, but doesn't mean he didn't do bad things, didn't torture, kill Americans, whatever. But regardless, what it happened, we're going to talk about that. To me, that's an act of war, and that's not how you bring people to the table.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to go over the chain of events that has led to this, and then you guys in the comments or, can later on discuss who you guys think are the aggressors here. So this all started a couple of, I would say a month ago or two, when allegedly there was a U.S. contractor that got killed in Iraq, right?
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. We don't trust the State Department, who's been run by Mike Pompeo. This guy is a neo-hawk. This guy is the one that started the Iraq War and pushed for the Iraq War when he was in the Bush administration, back when Bush was president, Bush Jr. Okay, so the State Department has released no information on who this person is. So right off the bat, you can't really trust what the United States is saying, right? And then, after this alleged killing of this U.S. contractor, right, the Trump administration ordered bombing of Shia militias in Iraq, a couple of their bases, which ended up killing about 25 Iraqi Shia militia soldiers and wounding like 55 of them, right? The reason that the Trump administration ordered this bombing is because they got blamed for the supposedly the death of the U.S. contractor. So this is why they're getting bombed, right? So then after this happened, these people in Iraq went and protested the United States at the U.S. Embassy. This is what the whole protest at the U.S. Embassy was about. The fact that, the Iraqi people are tired of, the United States troops being in Iraq. So they went to go protest them at the embassy to kick them out. And also this has led to the Iraqi parliament to pass resolutions in order to kick out the United States out of Iraq. So, okay, after this protest, so there was no deaths or anybody wounded or anybody got killed or hurt during the protest, but there was some tension. The United States, was on high alert during this protest. I read some articles that there was a bunch of people getting like gunners on top of their embassy roof and just holding it out, like defending it just in case anything went down. So it's just standard protocol, and amidst the tension that has been rising between the two superpowers, it's understandable. So then after this embassy protest, then that's when Donald Trump ordered the assassination of this major general. You know, Qasem Soleimani. Yes. And after this, after the assassination of Qasem Soleimani, which again, we're not in favor of this man, but I'm not in favor, or we're not in favor of the method that Donald Trump went about it. Like, I've talked to my veteran friends, and they've asked, like, oh, what do you think about the Iran attack? And I tell them, like, look, man, Donald Trump is an idiot for doing it the way he did it about. And they're like, oh, but you're just gonna let them attack the embassy? I was like, it's not about just letting them attack our embassy, which they didn't attack our embassy. There was nothing that happened. It was just a protest. It's about, dude, you first off, you're the world's superpower, right? America. You need some diplomacy, bro. You just can't be going around swinging your big dick around saying like, oh, this is how shit's gonna get done, because this doesn't work that way, man. You know?
It's imperialism.
Yeah, it just doesn't work that way, man. And, you know, so we'll go over right now as to what are some of the consequences that have come out of this whole assassination that it has taken place. But you want to input anything?
No, I think you covered it for the most part. I just, like you said, with the whole guy, the contractor, who is he? Why? Just because he died, why is that? Like, why do we have to retaliate? What do we know? How come they haven't? All this, there's no evidence that they put out for these claims, so. I disagree with them retaliating the way they did, and want to say retaliating because we don't know for sure if that was a retaliation or maybe they were just the U.S. again in our fashion getting involved in places we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Or trying to start a war. But aside from that, man, I just don't think I don't know, man. This guy's gonna fuck shit up, and he shouldn't be the one with all this power with the big red button, man. That's all I gotta say.
I agree. So that's why in our government we have, balance of powers. It's a three co-branch type of style of government. So you have the legislature, the judiciary, and then you have the executive branch. Obviously, the Congress is the one that dictates, right, who has the ability to start war now. If the United States has the ability to start war now, right? You need to go through Congress first, which this what happened with the assassination of this man. Donald Trump didn't even went to Congress to ask for permission, right? They say that according to Trump and Mike Pompeo, they pose an imminent threat, right? But like you mentioned, they have no shown any proof of any evidence. And then even now, when the senators have gone and have talked to Mike Pompeo, and all of the intelligence agencies that has come out and said that this was an imminent threat in a classified setting. Yes, Representative Mike Lee and Rand Paul. These are two Republican representatives that have come out and spoken out against Mike Pompeo and the Trump administration, saying that what they've told them in the classified setting is not sufficient enough to them for that, for the Trump administration to go ahead and do that without, the authorization from Congress. And a lot of people are even though there are like 6 Democrats that supposedly were in favor of it, which
I'm not surprised. I'm sure that you gotta check where the money's coming from. I bet a bunch of them are, getting donations from
the Defense Department,
industrial complex.
Yeah, and not only that, I also think that the fact that they're in swing districts might affect them too.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that to me makes sense too. So now I want to talk about some of the consequences that have come out since this strike. And one of those consequences is the fact that now Russia and China are now having joint military naval drills with Iran in the Indian Ocean and Gulf of Oman. Come on, bro. This is terrible, dude. This is China and Russia seeing what's happening in the western, part of the world and be like, yo, it's time to make moves. They're making moves here. Thank goodness that we did not end up going to war with Iran. Obviously, Iran knows that the United States is a lot more powerful than them when it comes to military. But, bro, the amount of people that would die from those wars, bro, it would just be pointless, man. It would just be pointless.
And at the same time, which is crazy that they're not, but it might be bad that they're too scared to go to war with the U.S. But they know that it's not like, it's Donald Trump being an idiot. It's not really... I'm pretty sure, that's what they think, that doesn't go beyond him. That they said the red pill, blue pill, and he took the red pill.
Yeah.
Right?
The person that's in charge of the Iranian people, he has come out already and spoken out that when they say death to America, is not to the civilians or to the population, is to Donald Trump, Mike Pompeo, John Bolton. So he's specifically targeting the powers that be, or the administration, you get me, that governs and that are making these decisions. And they've also come out and said that it's not the U.S. government itself, it's just the administration and Trump, just because they've been able to work out deals with other U.S. administrations. So that's obviously hinting at the fact that the Obama administration was able to strike out a deal with the Iran, with the Iran nuclear deal. But going back to some more of the consequences that have spurred out of this assassination, Iran also targeted two air bases in Iraq, U.S. air base, one in Al-Sad and the other one in Erbil. These bases got hit with 10 missile rockets, and this was a retaliation for the the assassination. But the thing about this was that there was no U.S. soldiers killed and no Iraqi soldiers killed. The Iran government informed the Iraqi generals in the bases and let them know ahead of time. So just, in my opinion, this is a very smart move of Iran, because they're letting know the United States that they're capable of hurting our assets, American assets, but at the same time didn't do so this time just to not escalate things into further war. Because imagine if a U.S. soldier would die or got hurt doing one of those missiles. Donald Trump would be dumb enough to fucking take the bait and, escalate it to even more. So this is a very smart move. But now the way that the Iranian government is playing it is that they killed, a certain amount of people during these attacks. But apparently there are forces in the government that are not too pleased with that move, just because they see it as a weak move. Apparently the guy that replaced Soleimani is apparently a more extreme person, and they're not pleased. And not only that, not only did Soleimani get killed, so there's the MPP, which is like a mobilization something force that's part of Iraq too. One of their commanders got killed, and they're kind of like displeased that the Irani president did that to the they didn't kill anybody really. Like they know they want more, pretty much. That's what it comes down to. And it's just terrible, but I hope that it ends here. I hope that there's no more further escalation. Donald Trump has come out with a speech, or not really a speech. He's come out and talked about, Iran is standing down, and boasting his fucking chest, acting like he's the one that defused everything. When in reality, I feel like Iran doesn't want to go to war, but it also has to flex nuts and show its people that it's gonna,
I think that's a bad look because he's an idiot, man. Luckily, they're not taking the bait. The guy's just over there trying to make it seem like because of him, they're scared because he might. Yeah. At any second, they're not going to try us. That's his thing. He's trying to, get people to be like, yeah, you see, with Trump, nobody's going to fuck with us. But they're not gonna take the bait, you know, because they don't want to go to war.
Yeah.
And I guess he's playing off of that too, but
Yeah, now after he saw how bad the public, the reaction was, because okay, so we'll get to later as to what do we think was the reason why he did it. But yeah, he now kind of backed off because he saw the reaction from the American public. Nobody wants to go to war, but everybody's tired of these wars, man.
We've been through it, you know.
Yeah, with the Iraq war, Afghanistan war, we're helping, Syria right now with a freaking war. Well, it's really with a genocide, but it's we're tired of these wars, man. But another thing that happened recently, that happened like just I believe like a couple of days ago. So an Iranian or Ukrainian plane got shot down, or let me not say it got shot down. So there are two things going on around, right? So this happened just the day after the United States attacked and assassinated Iran, right? And then the Iranis shot the bases, right? And then the news comes out of this plane. The first statement came out saying that it was a technical malfunction, but then right after that they retracted that, and then they're saying that they're investigating. Some believe, of course, the United States, even now the Canadian government is saying that so 176 people got killed, and amongst those 176 people, like 63 people were Canadians. So this is why the Canadian government now is involved, right? And Justin Trudeau came out saying, it sucks that these people died. We're commencing an investigation. We're working with the Iran government, and they've already got the black box, which hopefully comes out, not that it got shot down, because there are rumors, or the intelligence, according to the United States, saying that Iran shot down the plane by mistake due to the tensions that Donald Trump started. Let's first make that clear. This shit would have not happened if Donald Trump would have not assassinated this fucking general.
Assuming that it was a missile, not a
assuming that it was a missile. This is what they're saying. This is all the reason we're saying it. The Iranian government is denying it. They're denying, saying that it was not them, that they did not shoot down nothing by mistake. But there's also, I don't even know if this is the actual video of it, but there's a video of what appears to be a plane or something flying in the air, and then what appears to be a missile hitting it, there's an explosion, and then you can see like the whatever object it hit divert or change its course and head another direction, and you can see it's on flames. So I can't even tell you if that's the actual video of the plane getting hit with whatever, but it's just it's just a lot of unknown right now. But there are investigations. The Iran government is working with the Ukraine government and the Canadian government, and even U.S. officials are involved, investigating and making sure that that this gets taken care of, and to get to the bottom to the so we can get to the bottom of what really happened, because a lot of people died here, man. 176, they all died. It's crazy. And it could be because of that, it could be because of the tensions, and at the time, everybody was on alert, on edge, that they mistakenly shot that. But if they didn't do it, then who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah. Now, I want to go back to, why do you think this man did the assassination? Like, why do you think he did it?
I mean, yeah, it's the biggest takeaway. I don't know why, but the
or what do you think?
Takeaway is like nobody's talking about impeachment. That story is on the back burner.
Yeah.
I think has a lot to do with that. I really feel like there's no other legitimate reason why they would do that. Why they would assassinate him, or why we would get involved in something that could potentially start another war.
Yeah, I also feel like that's the reason why he did this. I feel like he wanted to distract the American public from impeachment. Matter of fact, even though the video that came out of him in the past talking about Obama has nothing to do with impeachment, but it does have something to do with what he did, which was you can kind of tell, in a way, he almost started a war with Iran, And in my opinion, he also could have done it because of that, because he wants to get reelected. You know, this man is. We need him out, man.